Hey, it's Narcotic Boy, and I wanted to show you guys some of what I've gotten so far using some money I was given. Everything I've bought so far is under $100 in total. And for this I went to 4 stores. Not all at once, of course, but I went to Spencer's, Five Below, Wal-Mart, and then I was able to go to a thrift shop. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Spencer's. I normally don't shop at Spencer's because it's so expensive. However, they were having a buy 2 get 2 free deal. First off, one thing I got that I really like is this Gloomy Bear choker. I didn't remember until later, but last time I bought a choker made out of this material from Hot Topic or Spencer's, where they have this rectangular packaging, is I couldn't get the crease in the sides out. Like, it was, instead of wrapping around the neck like, you know, like it's a cylinder, it was more like a football shaped, and it just wouldn't, I guess, ease up. So I'm kind of nervous about that. I really hope that this one doesn't have the same issue, because I think it's really cute. I like it. I really like Gloomy Bear. I don't know, it's really cute, and I think it's really nice. Like, it feels really nice. It looks really nice. The original price for this was $20. I think this is the most expensive thing I got from Spencer's, so that's where a majority of the end price went to. Alright, so I encountered some difficulties, and I was going to show you what I did about it. The necklace came with a lobster clasp, and I found out that I really am awful at them. It being on a piece of jewelry, I can't just hold it out, look at it, and clasp it. So what I did is I used these cheap jewelry pliers, and I removed the clasp, and I attached embroidery string. And honestly, I tried to do yarn first. However, the yarn I had was too thick to fit through here, and it was too thick to even go through my needle, and I don't have a threader. So, embroidery string, I'm gonna see how that goes. I tied it through the loop and made 3 knots. I don't really care how it looks from the back, and it'd be a bow, so it wouldn't even look that bad. So I'm gonna show you how I did it on this side in a minute. However, I do want to point out what I noticed. I mean, I expected it to be bent like this. However, it looks like, I don't know if this makes sense, and I'm not an expert on this, so this is just what I'm observing. This right here, it looks like the top layer of material on top of the faux leather had stretched around where it went, around the corner of the packaging, and so it's kind of wrinkled. I did Google it, and it seems that there's multiple different ways you can try and fix it, like putting it in boiling water and letting it dry cool, using like heat to try and shrink it, and one just said something about a book, but I think that's more on bent rather than it being stretched and wrinkled. So I'm gonna have to do that later. I hate lobster clasps because they always hurt my hand. Find the opening, put the clasp, use the metal to press it against itself, and get off. There we go. I take too much string. I can always just buy more, and I've had these for like almost 2 years and I haven't used it. So yeah, I fed it through. I'm just gonna, there we go. So I apply it right here. You know, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. No, I didn't like how it looked in the mirror, but I think it's pretty fine how it is. It's a bit more obvious in the light, but not by much. But luckily, the silver and the pendant are very visible. Please excuse how it's laying, but I got this necklace for $15. I'm not a big fan of the chain itself. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of growing on me. But I mainly got it because I liked the pendant mainly. I believe that's what it's called. I really like simple chains with pieces like this, so I'm really happy, though in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have spent $15 when I only really wanted this. I was definitely being influenced by the fact there was a sale going on, so that was dumb on my part, but you know, I already bought it, so there's not much I can do. I'll just have to, you know, try and get the most use out of this. Now I'm gonna go on to opening this. This should be really simple. This one also has the lobster clasp, but I'm gonna see. This one doesn't open up as far. However, I can hold it properly. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah. I actually like how it looks. I might go ahead later on and change the chain, but for right now, I think it works fine. Next up for $15 was this ear cuff. I like it, however, I don't know if it'll focus, so I'll just describe it to you. It has these metal bumps, kind of like tentacles, which, now that I'm looking at it like close, it's not as bad as I remember it being, because for some reason I was thinking it was like bedazzled, which I really don't like, but I think this looks way much better. So this is what it looks like out of the packaging. This is just the one that goes on the right ear. So, yeah, I definitely think it's for people with bigger ears, because I feel like there's definitely a lot of overhang. And so the claws don't go as far this way as I would like. For just randomly buying, I think it's pretty good so far. Let me try this one. I think this one would be easier for me to see. Then I have the second most expensive, which is the $17 set of 9 earrings. Not quite in the proper order. The set comes with 6 pairs of studs, made up of the cross of patinants, I believe, skulls, thin slithering snakes, large clumps of cool or simply dark obsidian, not sure, pentagrams, and then some small segments of barbed wire. Now, for the 3 pairs of hooped earrings, it gives us one of goat skulls, hanging down with engraved lines on the hoops, and then the other 2 being one lined with spikes, and one with wrapped wires around the base hoop. So, the main one, in our opinion, is really the goat skulls. Honestly, I love the designs, however, it wasn't until way after this haul did I learn how Spencer's, Claire's, Hot Topic, and similar stores are very notorious for selling jewelry that use low quality metal. So if you're looking for something that lasts a bit, please be sure to check its material as per usual. I'd bought from those places before, but didn't really realize that a lot of the issues I had to deal with had come from the metals. I'm sure not all their products are like this, but just check to be safe. So for the hoop earrings, it has this mechanism. Gotta put in the middle and push down. I'll go ahead and put a set on and we'll see how it looks. Alright, here's the set I chose without the cuff. I chose the barbed wire and the skull. And then with the cuff, here's what it looks like. I think I like how it looks with the cuff best. But then again, I think the cuffs are just growing on me. Alright, so this is all the stuff I got from Spencer's. The total price for this was like $35, $40. No more than like $42. And I assume if I didn't have the sale or the deal going on, it would probably be like 60 something. So yeah, I'm very glad. Whenever it comes to getting jewelry from Spencer's or something like Hot Topic, it was with a sale. I think I've only bought from there whenever they were having that buy 2 get 2, like in the past. Alright, next up, I'm going to show you what I got from Five Below. I got 2 things. One was a keychain and one was this cup. This cup was $5, like $5.25. It's a Kuromi coloring doodle water bottle. I really like the packaging, so I think I'm gonna keep that and save it for like a decoration later on, whenever I get around to actually doing it. I don't think I'm gonna actually doodle on the water bottle because I feel like it just wouldn't look as good. I think it's pretty cute how it's just kind of purple and white. So let me go ahead and open this and I'll show you what it looks like out of the package. Alright, I thought I was gonna have to cut the sticker, not the sticker, cut the tape off, but luckily I didn't. I just have to unfold it. It's smaller than I thought it would be. I thought it would be taller, but I think it makes sense because it's a $5 cup. This is already really fancy for $5. And I think if you press this button, it opens. Comes off easily. Oh, okay. For it to close to the way you can pop it up, you have to hold the button down, put it in, unleash. Oh, so I guess that doesn't work. I think it's, from what I understand, the mechanism right here is supposed to automatically jump it open. I think because it's so cheap, you know, it doesn't quite do it properly. It does it sometimes, I think. I'm gonna admit I am kind of sad, but like I said, this was $5 below. This was not even $6. This is probably really good quality. It feels like a normal water bottle you'd buy from like the dollar store or something like that. And it has a cute design, and you know, I think I like it. Then the second thing I got was a keychain for my cane. This was the exact keychain I had before, however I lost it. And so luckily I was able to go to Five Below and find the exact same keychain, which makes sense because that was where I bought it originally, but I'm so happy. It's Agretzko. This product was, I guess, what's the word? Released in 2022. The black is on a lower level, so it has a feel to it. It's not completely flat. And back is very smooth. I like it. I think it's cute. I don't know, it personalizes it. I kind of wish I got another keychain to put in other places. Too. I think for those two items, the total was about $10, so it's pretty good. Now we're halfway through. For whatever reason, we had to stop by Walmart, and I was just wandering around and I found two things. One of which was just metallic paint, because I was wanting to DIY some stuff and I really wanted some of the stuff to be silver metallic. So $2 for something this size is expensive to me. However, then again, I don't use paint really fast, so this would probably last way longer than somebody who paints often. I'd probably get my money out of it with how long it would last. And then I got this, which I really didn't expect to get. This was like under $6. It was like 5 something, 4 something. And I didn't expect to get something that looks this cool at Walmart. Like at Halloween or something, I'd understand, but getting something in this style, just during a random part of the year, I think is really cool. Plus it's silver, and I've been looking for more hair clips. The tape doesn't want to come off, so I'm just gonna rip it off. I'm probably not supposed to do that. Hold on, let me hold it this way. It has dangle bits connected by a chain, so that makes noise. Which one do I want to put on? I don't know if I'd ever get around to actually wearing it, because I don't think I wear stuff like this often, but I think it's really nice to have and have the option of wearing. Alright, on to the last store I went to. This I went to yesterday. Well, the other stuff I went to this weekend. I went to a local thrift shop, which I actually surprisingly ended up liking. The other thrift stores I've been to in the past have usually had stuff I didn't really like, I didn't really care about. Over time, the prices have gone high, so to me it wasn't asked anymore. However, I've been to the thrift shop and you could get pants for $5 max. Like perfectly fine pants. Like a shirt was like $2, $3, like $1 something. So yeah, got a few things altogether at this store. It was $18, and this was the last one. So let me show you what I got. I'm excited for some of it. So first off, I got some pants. I guess these are slacks. They were medium, $3.95. I don't know, really good price to me. I haven't seen something this good in a while. I can't see anything wrong with it. I haven't tried them on, but I think they'd probably fit me. So let's go see how they fit. Alright, these are the pants. These are tighter than they're supposed to be, so I definitely got the wrong size, but they fit. I just have to actually put them on like proper pants instead of just shoving them on. These feel really nice. I like the texture. I definitely wouldn't work out in these, like do a lot of exercise or something in these, which you're not supposed to anyway, but I don't know. I think they're nice. I don't really have a lot of pants that fit me like this. Alright, on to the next item. This is scrub pants. I didn't realize until like after I already bought them that these were scrubs, which in retrospect I probably should have realized. They were $2.95. This was a medium. And on the inside, it has this floral pattern around the waistband. Stretchy, purple, what's it good? Purple string and pockets with design, and has a little chain decaling. I could probably hang like a keychain or something on here. So let me go put these on. These are definitely looser, they're not as tight. I can move around in these. It's not tight or anything. Yeah, I like these. I'm glad to know that these fit so far because I've really been needing pants. I think my choker's getting looser, but that's probably just because I didn't tie it right. When it comes to the choker, I was researching what to do about the clasps, and they mentioned something about a magnetic clasp. So hopefully sometime soon I'm gonna be able to get one of those and replace them on some of my jewelry, because I feel like that'd be way easier to put on because I'm not good at like small, intricate movements. Back to what I bought. I got this smoke shirt. At least I think it's smoke, for $3.95. 90% polyester, 10% spandex, it seems. I like, definitely stretchy. Sorry, I don't know if I'm holding it right and it's bothering me. Whenever I first grabbed it, I thought it had like skulls or something like that, or like white flames. However, I just don't know anymore. I think it's just a design. I don't think, maybe it's just, you know, nothing in specific. So let's see how it looks. Well, this is what it looks on properly. I put a tank top on underneath it. Because of how this is, I think if I wear a tank top underneath it, it's going to be worn more like this. You know, add some flavor to it. I like the fabric, however, I don't like the, here, let me find it. The seams. I feel like the seams are very rough. I don't like it, but then again, I don't like a lot of seams, so it can't be helped. And this is how long it is. But yeah, I like it. I think I definitely got it a little big, or maybe it's meant to be, you know? Actually, maybe it is meant to be like this, and it's just not how I usually like wearing things, which makes sense, you know? Clothes aren't made for one specific person in mind unless they're custom made, so I don't know. Long sleeves, I think it's pretty good. I then got 50 cents, I got a whiteboard eraser. And for 95 cents, I got a dog tag with a cutout spider along with the spider cutout. So it's kind of like multi-level necklace. I'll definitely put this on a, you know, a chain and see how it goes. This would be good as like a choker too. God, I need to stop thinking while I'm doing this, sorry. Oh, I should open it, I can actually show you. I don't know, I really like it. Actually, I might just keep this as a keychain. Maybe I would replace this keychain with this one. You know what, I'll think about that later. And now I'm on to my last item, which is one I'm really excited about and was the first thing I grabbed at the store. And it's a long jacket. This should go past my waist. I don't know how to describe it. It was $3.95 and it's thick. This is definitely like really, you know, winter fabric. This would definitely keep you warm. Oh, I actually really like it like this too. Oh, I buttoned it crooked. Never mind. My bad. That explains a bit. I'm so bad at like buttoning up dark colored things, so I always put in the buttons in the wrong order. And then I'm confused whenever it's a little crooked. I actually really like it like this. I didn't expect I would. It has this, I forget what this is called, strap. And it looks like it had a secondary strap that came undone. So, let me look on this side. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be a strap to put a button on it. However, it seems on this one it came undone, and that's why it was donated. So this is how it's supposed to look like. This is it fully buttoned. This is everything I bought with the money I got from my mom. Altogether, this was under $100, and I have some money left over. However, I'm gonna probably try and save that. I already got a lot with this stuff. I think I need to be content, you know? Save it for later on down the line. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And thank you for sitting through this. It makes me really happy. to show people the stuff I really like. But yeah, I try not to buy a lot of things at once. I mean, I'm very grateful that I was able to get all this, and the fact that I was able to do this while going shopping with my mom and then shopping with my dad, I feel like was a part of the gift. You know, being able to spend time with them and look at stores together, I think was really fun.